What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode of the Second of Strength podcast. Wherever you're at, I'm grateful you're here. Grateful you're listening. I just got done playing pickleball. My brain is not working. I'm exhausted. It was fun. A couple weeks ago, if you're on my email list, if you're not on my email list, you can go to my website. You can also on my website, www.onesecondofstrength.com. You can also get a free habit tracker, whether you're a teenager, whether you are for your teens or for you. There's a free habit tracker on there. But when you get on there, you'll be a part of my email list. But one of the things that I beat myself up a little bit was not playing pickleball with my mom. My mom was in the hospital recently, and she'd been trying to get me to play pickleball with my wife and with her, and I just didn't. Like, things were too busy and too hectic, and I just didn't. So I've been trying to make an effort to play pickleball a little bit more. If you're local to Utah, you like pickleball, maybe send me a note. Let's play some pickleball. But anyway, so my brain is a little bit skewampus right now, but it was fun. We won some, we lost some, but it's been really actually fun playing with my wife. You know, she's awesome, and she's gotten really good at pickleball. But what I want to talk about today is there are a couple of relationships, 3 relationships in your life that are going to change you for the better, or they're going to restrict you and keep you where you're at, or maybe even slide a little bit backwards. But I think that relationships are a key to really what you want to accomplish in your life, where you want to be, what you want to get to. And but as I think about it, the first relationship that really matters is the relationship with other people. And those relationships are either going to really propel you forward, or they're going to keep you the same. And there is you've probably heard it a million times, and if you haven't, there's just a saying that says, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with most. And I want you to think about that. If you're a teenager, whether you're, or if you're like me, a lot of guys, I think, really struggle with this. We don't really hang out with anyone. Like, I don't have, many friends outside of my wife, my kids, and close family. But so think about the people that you hang out with. Think about that circle, that group of people that you are with a lot. And I bet as you think about it, you kind of act like them, you kind of talk like them, you kind of get into a little bit of groupthink. And so as you think about that, and you think about the people, and you're the average of these 5 people, are those people helping you grow, or are they keeping you the same? Do they care about your growth, or are they keeping you the same? Are those people smarter than you? Are they more ambitious than you? Are they, more happy? Are they positive? Think about all these positive characteristics, especially those traits and those things that you would like to have in your life. And I want you to think about if the people you're hanging out with have those qualities and those traits, or if they don't. And if you're struggling in any sort of way, then just think about that for a minute, and think about if you are struggling because the people in your circle don't embody the traits that you want to have in your life and that you aspire to be or become. And if that is the case, I promise it's okay to walk away a little bit. It's okay to find a new circle. And I would honestly, and maybe this is controversial, maybe it's not, but I love your thoughts on it. And if you can always send me a note on Instagram, at Real Tanner Clark, but I'd love your thoughts on this. But if your group or your circle is pulling you down or keeping you the same, I would rather you walk away from that group and spend some time without a group than continuing to be in the group that you want to, that isn't keeping you where you want. The reality is that if you want to grow and if you want to become the best version of you, you might have to say goodbye. You might have to say goodbye to quite a few people in your life, and that's okay. So think about the relationships. But if you think about happiness, and you think about growth, and you think about where you want to be in your life, and progress. And I believe that happiness, and it comes from being creative. It comes from, growing, and it comes from serving. And there's so many things that tie into our happiness. But the reality is that relationships is a key part of it. So pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with, and is the group that you're surrounding yourself with, are they helping you or hurting you? Are they creating growth, or are they creating stagnation? Are you pushing yourself forward, and are they helping you get there, or are they pulling you back? That's the question. And if they are doing any of the things that are holding you back, pulling you back, keeping you the same, then it's not the right group of people for you. That's just plain and simple. So that's the first. The second one, the second relationship that matters most in your life is the relationship with yourself. I want you to just do a quick self-assessment. And how do you treat yourself? Do you say kind words to yourself? Are you positive? Do you give yourself happiness and hope? Or is it a struggle to be alone? Struggle to be alone with your thoughts. And the reality is that this is very common, but I think that we tend to be more negative on ourselves and we speak less kindly to ourselves than we do to other people. But that shouldn't be the way it is, because there's one person who you get to spend your entire life with. And it's not your parents, it's not your siblings, it's not your friends, it's you. You are with yourself all the time. And I would much rather you, if you are going to be with yourself, I would much rather you be with someone that you really, really care about. And, I think about self-worth, and I think about, what it takes to be happy with yourself. And the reality is that it just takes a little bit of a mindset shift. Instead of holding yourself hostage for something that's happened in the past or not being where you want to be, it's okay to look forward and move forward. But what we have to do is we have to replace those negative thoughts, the things that you think about yourself that are unkind. You have to replace them immediately with something positive. There's the old, if you can't say something nice, don't say it all. Well, if you can't think something nice, then don't think that way at all. You've got to think something else. And there's another saying, I always say with our kids, right? If you say something negative about someone, okay, now say 3 things kindly about them. If you say something negative about yourself, then say something kind. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Your love is not negotiable with yourself, and your worth is not negotiable. It is high. It is positive. You have to lean in on who you are and who you can become. And the reality is as you do it, you'll start to, and as you start to replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts, you will start to be better and better and better. And then all those negative thoughts will slowly disappear. But it is so related to your past and deciding to move forward. And there's just this thought that you can check your rear view, but there's no future in the past. There's not. It's only in moving forward. It's only in deciding to stand up and move forward. But part of that is saying goodbye to the negative thoughts in your brain and replacing them with positive thoughts all the time. I believe you have that 1 second of strength. It takes 1 second of strength to choose positivity, 1 second of strength to choose hope, to choose optimism. No matter what's going on, no matter how difficult, there's always something you can be grateful for in that moment. And then the third relationship that matters most in your life is the relationship with your phone and technology. And the reality is the more time you spend on your phone, the more time you go down that rabbit hole of the endless scroll. And they call it doom scrolling for a reason. It's because there's doom in the feeling, there's doom in the emotion, but your relationship with your phone is going to dictate your future potential, success, and happiness. And so if we are spending more and more time on our phone, which is not leading to our goals and our dreams, it is leading to someone else's goals and dreams, because the amount of time you spend on your phone is directly related to Facebook, Instagram, social media, Snapchat, all of their pockets. And they want your time, and they are trading your time, and the cost is your happiness. And so think about that. Think about the amount of time you're spending on your phone. There are direct correlations now that they are finding between teenagers' mental health and the time that they spend on their phones. And the sad reality is that teenagers are spending over 4 hours a day on social media alone, over 8 hours a day on devices, but 4 hours a day on social media alone. But there are links between teenagers spending 3 hours or more and an increase in having mental health challenges, depression, anxiety. And so you just do that math and go, well, wait a minute. If most teenagers are spending more than 4 hours a day on their phone, but it's over 3 hours a day that they're having mental health challenges, well, the math doesn't work. There are too many teenagers who are having mental health challenges, and it's not just teenagers, right? Americans on average pick up their phone 144 times a day, and I'm willing to bet that it's more than that. But most of those pickups, when you pick up your phone, it's not to do something productive, it's to do something anti-productive, right? It's to delay. It's because of instant gratification. It's because your brain is saying, hey, it feels pretty good. You might as well check if you have some likes. And so that relationship with your phone, the amount of time you spend on your phone matters so much, but they're all linked together. The amount of time you spend on your phone also is linked to your self-worth. It is linked to the way you talk to yourself. There's so much research on this now. And so think about that. Think about your relationship with your phone. And I am just challenging you to take a break, pause, go do something else. Just put it in the other room. And I promise when you find your 1 second of strength to do that and you walk away from your phone for just a little bit and you show that you are in control of it and it is not in control of you, it will empower you to change your life. And if you're a parent listening to this and you want to impact your kids and within the relationships that they have, very simple. One, who are your kids hanging out with? Who are their friends? Get to know them. Make sure they know you. Make sure they know your values and what is important to your family so that they can embody that, because now we are circling them with that relationship. The second thing is build your kids up. Help their worth. Give them words to plant in their mind, and it can't come from a place of criticism from you. It has to come from a place of love. And last but not least, don't give them a phone. Don't give them social media. They just don't need it. Even social media has 13, 12 plus is what the age that they say teenagers should have social media. They're wrong. It is so much later than that because their brain doesn't develop. The prefrontal cortex doesn't develop, which is logical thought. It doesn't develop until about the age of 25 years old. But we are increasingly giving kids social media younger and younger and younger and younger, which is delaying their growth longer and longer and longer and longer. If you want your kids to be happier, if you want them to be successful, don't give them a smartphone. They're just not ready for it. So that's what I have for you today. There's 3 relationships that will change your life for the better. Who you hang around with. Who is that group of people that you're hanging around with? Number 2, what are the words you're saying to yourself? You are with yourself 100% of the time. So let's keep our thoughts 100% positive, and it will help you become the person you need to become and you want to become. And last but not least, check your relationship with your phone, because your relationship with your phone dictates so much of the success and happiness that you'll have in your life. So I hope this helps you. Share it with someone. If you haven't done so already, leave a rating and review. It helps me a ton if you do that. Just go wherever you're listening to that, leave a rating and review. And I'll leave you the same way I always leave you. Go find your 1 second of strength and be happy.